Things to watch out for before you invest your hard-earned money with a real estate company or buy property from an individual. In our previous videos, we emphasize the importance of making sure that the company has track record of delivery, that the company is a company fully incorporated under the law, is a company that also follow legal order and also obeys the rule of incorporation and practice of real estate. We also talked about it being a company that is quite professional, a company that has physical office, a company that has directors. It's not a company that was formed for the purpose of sham, a company that only exists on the air. Now, we'll be talking the second leg of it. The second leg of it being individual. Most of the times, people have this issue of buying with individual or buying properties that are not real estate owned per se, due to the manifest problems that it comes with. Sometimes people selling property inappropriately. For instance, for you to buy a property that is owned by a family, it is the requirement of the law that the eldest person in that family must consult with other members of the family before this title can be passed on to the person wishing to buy the property. In most cases, you wake up to see an individual sell off a whole family property, and then the buyer comes back in a nearby year, or even 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or wherever the time may be, to come back to start fighting next of kin that were never in existence when the whole transaction was done, and he ended up losing money or spending a considerable amount of time in the court of law trying to fight. And in most times, when with the kind of legal system that we have, issues that affect land issues, it stays in the court for a very long period of time. Sometimes the least you could get is 3 to 5 years. So that is why it is very, very important that before you deal with any individual property, you must make sure that this person selling this property, does he or she have the right to sell this property? Is he the attorney? Is he the appointed attorney of this family or community? And you that is buying, do you have the financial capability, the legal expertise, the local knowledge? You know, real estate is local. You may be from Sokoto. You cannot go to Abuja and buy properties from local without involving people who understand the local market. So these are the things why people look at. They may not be able to go through this stress, go through these processes, because they do not have the knowledge or what it takes to acquire properties in this area. They now go through real estate company. So if you place it side by side, I still feel and also maintain that it's safer to buy properties from real estate companies rather than buying from individual, especially if this property is in a place that is not yet well developed, in a place where you are buying it for the purpose of land banking, in a place where you know that you don't have all it takes to acquire this property through the right way. And it is easier to verify properties of a real estate company compared to individual properties. The only place where it becomes easy for you to verify individual property and acquire it the normal way you could is if these properties are in mostly developed area and they have documents that the titles have been perfected. You only need to take this document, maybe go to the Ministry of Land and other appropriate government agencies and you verify them before you now proceed with the transaction. Also go to the court records and things like that. But now we are now going to focus on real estate company. Talked about them in little detail. Number one, this company is this company doing register? Time are gone when people incorporate companies and register them with CAC, and they come out and start selling properties. They will take you on inspection, stand in front of a very big bush, call themselves developers and say they own this property. And you buy this property thinking that this, because they are company, they say they have right to sell this property. You don't know that you are buying a sham. So when they take you for inspection, they show you all this. Immediately you get to office, you should ask questions like, can I see document of your incorporations? They are supposed to give you CAC. You take that CAC, you inquire whether this company is even active. Some of the companies that you see today selling properties here and there, if you take their name and insert it in the CAC database, it will show inactive. They just registered the business name and they've not been paying tax, and their name might have even been struck off the register of CAC. And you need to check all these things. You need to check all these things. Even if they are registered, you should ask to know who are the board of directors. Under the law, section 18 of the Company and Allied Matters Act provides that an individual can even incorporate a company. And in a situation of a real estate company, it does not go well for the CEO to be both the marketer, the site inspection manager, and all there is in a company. You should try to see what is the structure of this company like. Do they have a structure that can function independent of the CEO? This property, this company might belong to your friend. You may be buying out of emotion. Are you considering the security of this investment? Your friend might tomorrow maybe die. Yes, we are talking about life, and we are also supposed to be talking about also the other side of it. Can this company outlive him to protect this property that you have just acquired? Then coming back to the side of is this company duly registered? Have you asked for other certification? Do they belong to the Real Estate Developers Association REDAN of Nigeria, REDAN in the state chapter and even the national chapter? There's another important certificate, that is a special control against money laundering. That is a SCUMIA. Some people call it SCUM, some people call it SCUMIA, but it's a certificate issued by the EFCC, making sure that this company is not formed for the purpose of money laundering. You know, money laundering is a very, very serious crime in Nigeria. If you do that, then now you come to the issue of ownership. You ask them questions like, this land, what is the history of this land? How did you acquire this property? So I will tell you that we have gone to see the email, you have gone to do this one and this one. You ask them, where are the documents? You demand for this document. It is your right to demand for this document. But some of the things that we see in real estate companies these days is that some real estate companies, they don't actually have legal title to the properties they are selling. Some of them maybe must have paid in a little amount of money to these communities, and the community executes what we call contract of sale, and they now go ahead to start selling. I'm not saying that contract of sale is not a document that you can present to show that something is going on. It's just a business is going on. The title has not passed to them. So if you have to do business with a real estate company that is still selling land based on contract of sale, you must make sure that this company, they have the integrity to complete this transaction within a specified period of time, so that they will not execute a deed of assignment. The only title document that they may be able to get get from the communities that sell these properties to them is deed of assignment or power of attorney, as the case may be. So you ask this question: if it's a company that have fully executed a deed with the people that they bought this property, you should care to see it. But the issue that you have is that most real estate companies, they don't even want to show you this document, because when they show you this document, you might point out some errors that may discourage you from buying it. I've had an issue in a place where I took a client for inspection. We like this property, but when I asked for the document, they say it is a very, very sensitive document. Is it because my client want to buy one plot that I will be asking for all this kind of question that is remaining for me to ask birth certificate? They were not making it look as if I was just a troublesome person and all that. At the end of the day, I went behind this company to go to the Ministry of Land to even check this area. It's not amounted that those whole area is within the government have acquired these places. It has acquired these places, and there is no way they could have gotten a document that they could perfect at the Ministry of Land. Imagine if I have sold this property to the client. The following day, the company, they will keep on increasing the price. I will be telling my client that the property about 5 million is now selling for 50 million. All those kind of euphoria. And at the end of the client will end up losing this document, and I might end up being in jail because you might be charged for conspiracy. So before you invest in that, before you ask this question as a client, you may not, don't leave all these things to the hand of your realtor. You also ask the question, demand for them, and when you are giving this document, you make sure you vet it. If you do not have the knowledge or the expertise to do it, maybe you search for a lawyer or even an agent or even a land surveyor who could help you do all those things. But lawyers prefer them because they understand better what title documents mean and how to verify them. Yeah, another thing is